What has perimenopause to do with weight loss? Nothing and everything. Perimenopause is a time in a woman's life associated with weight gain. A lot of weight gain, actually. According to the British Menopause Society, weight gain is one of the most common side effects of perimenopause and menopause, affecting at least 50% of women. Evidence in the SWAN study and the Healthy Women study suggests that on average, women gain approximately 1.5 kilograms per year during the perimenopause transition, resulting in an average weight gain of 10 kilograms by the time menopause is reached, which basically means good luck to lose weight in perimenopause. But it doesn't mean that it can't be done. I'm 49. I'm in perimenopause and I have lost 9.5 kilos in 4 months. Check here my last video where I share what I've done to get these results, which means that if I can do it, you can do it too. Today, I'd like to explain 10 reasons why women tend to put on weight during perimenopause and what we can do to reverse it. That's exactly what I've been doing, by the way. So it does work. Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Severin, and on this channel, I'm documenting my journey back to health, from obese to optimal health. Before we start, quick reminder, perimenopause is a time in the woman's life where her steroid hormones start going all over the place. And as a result, she starts getting menopause symptoms. These hormones are estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. There are about 70 recognized menopause symptoms, with weight gain one of the most common. Plus, this isn't just weight gain. This is weight gain that accumulates around the abdomen and the upper body, with visceral fat increasing typically from 5 to 8% total body weight to 10 to 15% total body weight. As a reminder, visceral fat is the fat that surrounds the organ. This shift to an abdominal fat distribution is associated with an increase in health risk for diabetes, cardiovascular disease, stroke, hypertension, and many more. But let's remain positive. There is a lot that can be done, not only to prevent weight gain, but also to reverse it. Here are my 10 reasons why weight gain naturally happens in perimenopause and what we can do about it, and what I've actually done to be able to lose so much weight. First, hormonal fluctuation. As I mentioned, during perimenopause, women experience a big fluctuation in hormones. Hormones end up at a much lower level when they hit the actual menopause. Estrogen is one of the key hormones here. Too low or too high levels of estrogen are associated with weight gain because estrogen plays an important role in lipid and glucose metabolism, influencing things like appetite, hunger, satiety, energy levels, which in turn can also have an impact on body weight. What can we do about it? First, have cholesterol-rich foods, because you can't produce these hormones if you don't have the main ingredient, which is cholesterol. Best foods for cholesterols are fatty meat and fish, eggs and dairy. Always go for full fat and unprocessed food if you want the full benefits. Taking HRT, which stands for hormone replacement therapies. Not my remit, obviously, but this is one option. Next is eating phytoestrogen foods. These foods contain plant estrogen molecules, similar in shape to human estrogen, that bind to estrogen receptors, tricking the body that it has provided with estrogen hormone. Common foods high in phytoestrogen are soy products. I must add that these soy products must be fermented to be able to release the proper molecule. Tempeh is an example of fermented soybeans, but also some nuts and seeds, as well as grains, fruits, and vegetables. And lastly, reducing your toxin loads. And by this, I mean reducing your exposure to toxins. Just like phytoestrogens bind to estrogen receptors, certain toxins will bind to estrogen receptors too, preventing the body from getting the actual estrogen. What have I been doing in terms of hormones? Well, first, no HRT because I don't have any menopause symptoms. No phytoestrogens foods for me either because they're mainly plant-based and I'm actually currently on a carnivore diet. However, I've been drastic on reducing my toxic load, going through a thorough review of my cooking utensils, household and personal products. Metabolic slowdown. As we age, our metabolism tends to slow down. This means that the body burns fewer calories at rest, making weight loss more challenging. What can we do about it? It is hard to increase metabolism as such, but increasing muscle mass is a sure way to increase metabolism. And here is how it can be done. First of all, eating more proteins, and it prevents muscle loss. And the less muscle you have, the more your metabolism will slow down. Exercise, mainly weightlifting, but also any type of exercise to help build or retain muscle mass. Keeping in mind that this is only possible if you are eating and absorbing sufficient protein. What have I been doing? Well, I'm on a carnivore diet, which means that I have over 150 grams of protein per day. I do 5 sessions of 45 minutes weight training during the week and at least 45-minute walk minimum per day. Muscle loss. With age, there is a natural loss of muscle mass, which further decreases our metabolism and makes it hard to burn calories. Muscle mass and strength increases steadily from birth to reach a peak at the age of 30-35. After that, muscle power and strength decline slowly and linearly at first, and then faster after the age of 65 for women. To prevent muscle loss, 2 things. First, eat sufficient protein, making sure that you digest and absorb the amino acids. And secondly, do weight training exercises. I'd like to add that it is possible to add muscle mass in midlife and older age. Not easy, but totally possible. Check out my 2 favorite social media sensations who's done it. Julia Lynn Olson, who started lifting at age 62. Her Instagram handle is Dolphinine. And Joan McDonald, who started at the age of 72 on Instagram at Train with Joan. Their link will be in the show notes. And if they can do it, then you can do it too. Increased stress. Perimenopause is a stressful time due to various physical and emotional changes. Stress often leads to overeating or making unhealthy food choice, hindering weight loss efforts. Stress also releases the stress hormone cortisol, and high cortisol levels trigger insulin resistance and weight gain. What can we do about it? Avoid stress whenever possible. Manage stress as best we can. Exercise, meditation, journaling, so many options. Find whatever works for you. What I've been doing: lots of exercise and walk outside, lots of journaling and working on my project, connecting with friends more regularly. Sleep disturbances. A change in sleep pattern is normal as we age, as in we tend to sleep less. Many women experience also sleep disturbances due to perimenopause symptoms, such as insomnia or sleep apnea, or as a result of other menopause symptoms such as night sweats, which can disrupt metabolism and appetite regulation, making weight loss more difficult. Have you noticed, for example, how much you crave cakes and biscuits and anything sweet after a bad night's sleep, and that nothing fills you up, whether you eat the right food or not, or in the right amount? What can we do about it? We can make sure that we do all we can to encourage a good night's sleep. We can do the 3-2-1, as in no eating 3 hours before bed, no drinking 2 hours before bed, and no blue light 1 hour before bed. Also, as soon as it's daylight, going outside as early as possible for a 30-minute walk. Exercising, but not before bed. Having a good dinner, high in protein and fat, and relaxing towards the end of the day. What I've been doing? Well, I'm waking up at 4:45 to work on personal projects, so I have no problem falling asleep. I'm also doing so much exercise, and my diet is so clean that I have no issue staying asleep. I don't have any menopause symptoms waking me up at night, so that really helps too. Insulin resistance. Hormonal changes during perimenopause can increase insulin resistance, making it harder for the body to regulate blood sugar levels, increasing the risk of weight gain, particularly around the abdomen. Insulin resistance is when the pancreas releases insulin. Insulin receptors are unable to do their job, and then the glucose and insulin remains in the blood. Insulin resistance can also lead to increased hunger, cravings, particularly for sugar and high-calorie foods, which can sabotage weight gain efforts. This is the most common reason why women put on weight during perimenopause, even though they don't change a thing to their diet and lifestyle. What can we do about it? Limit carb or adapt a low-carb diet. Accept to give up or at least reduce alcohol and your favorite sugary treats. Find better alternatives. And exercise to prevent but also improve insulin resistance. What I've been doing? By going carnivore, I no longer crave sugar or sugary treats. I still get carbs from my cottage cheese, and I exercise a lot. Thyroid dysfunction. Thyroid disorders such as hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's become much more common with age and will affect metabolism and energy level, making it harder to lose weight during perimenopause. I want to add that there is a direct relationship between estrogen level and thyroid level because there are estrogen receptors in the thyroid gland. What can you do about it? Do blood checks on a regular basis, especially if you see a worsening of your menopause symptoms. I would recommend a full thyroid panel rather than a TSH check that doesn't tell us anything about the amount of hormones produced. Have a doctor adapt the thyroid hormone dosage if needed, and if nothing works, go and see a functional doctor. They will be able to tell you which food to eat to encourage the production of thyroid hormone as well as the conversion to the active form. What do I do about it? Well, I have Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune form of hypothyroidism. I do check my thyroid levels every 4 to 6 months, and at the moment, all good. My body is producing sufficient thyroid hormones at the right levels, converting well. I just have high antibody levels. So I'm working on reducing those because having one autoimmune condition is an increased risk of developing further autoimmune conditions down the line. Medical conditions and medication side effects. Certain medical conditions become more prevalent with age, such as diabetes or cardiovascular disease, can impact metabolism and complicate weight loss efforts. Similarly, certain medication, including medication for managing menopause symptoms, such as hot flashes and mood swings, can cause weight gain and make it harder to lose weight. So what can we do about it? First, review medication that you take. Read the insert for possible side effects, including weight gain. Work with your GP to wean off these medications if needed, as you're not supposed to be on medication for life, or ask for alternative treatments. What do? Well, I don't take any medication. I have Hashimoto's, which I know can prevent weight loss. So I do everything I can with what I can do. Decrease physical activity. Some women may experience fatigue, muscle or joint pain during perimenopause, leading to a decrease in physical activity levels, which can hinder weight loss efforts. What to do about it? Start doing some activity. Try to push a bit more every day while still listening to your body. What I do? Well, I had a frozen shoulder last year that prevented me from doing any type of exercise with my upper body. I became lazy and complacent. I turned to food to comfort myself, and I ended up with the biggest weight gain of my life. And obese. I was able to walk, but I chose not to. I was in victim mode, which was the worst behavior possible. When I decided to turn my health around, my shoulder was still painful at times, and I couldn't really use it. So initially, I went to the gym to rehabilitate it, doing some stretching exercise. That was the beginning, and that was good enough. Emotional factors. Perimenopause can bring about mood swing, anxiety, or depression in some women, which may lead to emotional eating or a lack of motivation to exercise, making weight loss challenging. These symptoms are genuine and really hard to fight. What can we do about it? Be kind to yourself, but be clear about what you want to achieve, and that nothing will change if you change nothing. It may take longer than you want, but not starting it or giving up will surely not help you get there. Some symptoms can improve with a change of diet and lifestyle. Others will need some medical help. As a rule, you will always benefit from living the healthiest life you can. It's not easy, but only you can do it for yourself. What I did, I have some of these moments. They are tough, but my goal is too important for me to be distracted by these symptoms. It's hell during these days, but I keep going because I know these symptoms will go away eventually. And they do go away after a few days. So here are 10 reasons why you may put on weight in perimenopause or find it challenging to lose weight. There are many more reasons, such as digestive issues or genetic predisposition that I could have mentioned, but I wanted to keep the list pretty short. And just like the 10 I've already mentioned, there is always a way, always. In conclusion, losing weight in perimenopause is challenging. Nobody will ever deny it, but it is not impossible. I am the living proof that it can be done. And if I can do it, you can do it too. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it. If you have any question, please drop them in the comments below and I'll be so pleased to answer them. I've made lots of videos on how I'm losing weight in perimenopause. If you're interested, you could start from the very first video. Otherwise, you may be interested in this video or that one. And don't forget to subscribe for more weekly updates on my weight loss journey. I still have a lot of weight to lose. Have a fantastic week and see you soon.